Welcome back, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover. I'm here with the boxer Don, Donnell Smith, the coach. How's it going, man?
Good man, good. Nice to see you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Right?
you too, man. All blessed, man.
Sweet, brother. Sweet. Happy to be here, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. So you're the first coach on it. Obviously you used to be a boxer as well.
Yeah.
And you're doing quite a lot of good things in the game. So that's why, glad to have you on here
Thank you.
and chop it up and
Thank you, man. Happy
get
to
you
be here.
get your story and all that.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
first of all, we like to take it back to the beginning. What's your sort of like background? How was school life growing up?
Okay,
The
cool.
area you grew up and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, just growing up in London, really typical London living. I grew up
East.
East London, yeah. I grew
Mm.
up in Leytonstone. My whole life based around that area. Sort of born in West Cross, went primary school, George Tomlinson. I went to Wanstead and Leytonstone High School. So yeah, pretty much like anybody growing up in London, you could tell the same stories
Yeah, yeah.
from north, south, east, west. Some worse than others, some better than others. Mine was pretty much just standard upbringing. I was always troublesome, just as a kid. I couldn't help myself, even
Mm.
in class. Couldn't sit still. Always had to make some kind of do something. It's just always in trouble. You know what I mean?
Well,
Detentions.
paper pellets and all that.
Not so much that. Just really just couldn't behave myself, man. I was always in detention. Or like I didn't even get to finish. I got a 45-day exclusion before my final last day of high school, man, of secondary school. So
Oh wow.
just I was fighting, just starting trouble,
Just a normal, just a
yeah, just a
normal,
bad kid,
just
man.
a normal kid. Yeah, normal kid.
Yeah, normal
So,
kid stuff. To me, that's normal kid stuff. If you work with
yeah,
boxers, every boxer will tell you the exact same thing.
yeah. That's not. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, some
you
people
know,
will think, "Oh my god," but
yeah.
yeah,
Nah,
nah.
that's the normal life of a boxer growing up. Most boxers are just all that energy, just didn't know where to put it. That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Mm.
So, how did you you had an amateur boxing career, right?
Yeah.
So, how did you get into that?
Well, at first, I really just got in boxing to get in shape, really. And my friend said to me, "Oh, I'm gonna go down to a gym in Leighton called County ABC." And I had a friend that went there called Ashley Hill, he turned pro as well. He was a good fighter.
What weight is it?
He was super welter.
Okay.
He's retired now, but he did box pro for a little while. And I'd seen him doing a boxing. He lost a lot of weight, got in shape, and I was like, oh, maybe I can jump on this thing and do the same and just get in shape. So I did that. My friend literally said to me, "I'm going to try boxing tonight." I said, "Yeah, I was meaning to try that as well."
Mm.
So me and him went down there, and first session was hard. It was a hard session, man. It's crazy. It was just because that gym was predominantly more circuit based. So we was going in there doing like boxing circuits, like speed on the bag, power, burpee jumps, and all them things there. So
Yeah, yeah,
it was mad, but I loved it. I loved it. It was tough, but I kept coming back, and I kept coming back, and until I sort of fell in love with it. And I think after a year or two of boxing, sparring, I just thought, you know what, let me have a fight. You know what I mean? And I had a few amateur bouts, a couple white collar bouts as well.
yeah. Mm.
And
So, was their kit the one in the blue vest?
yeah, that was my debut. Yeah, my amateur debut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen a few clips of you still, and hey, this guy's got hands, you know. Do not let this guy get angry. He lets them go. The hooks are coming in vicious and fast and thick, full effect. So yeah,
Oh
now I've
man,
seen you. Yeah.
I had a lot of tension in that fight, man, because that was about a year and so in the making to get that fight out, and I'd been sparring so many good guys and sparring quite decent level fighters, and
Mm.
I just couldn't wait to fight. And when I got out there, I just thought, and you know how it was? No joke. I was watching this man here before the fight. I was watching Tyson before the fight. Because you know it's your first fight, the nerves get a hold of you. So I'm literally on the bus because the first fight was in Leamington Spa. I'll never forget
Oh
it.
my word.
Leamington Spa, and it was a heavyweight show. And I walked in there. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw Dean White in there. I don't know if he was there, but I just saw a lot of big guys. And I'm a heavyweight, but I wasn't a big heavyweight. I'm only
Mm.
6'2". Most of the guys in there were like 6'6", 6'7",
Yeah, Dean's
big
massive.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I might be wrong, but I saw a guy look like him, and there was other guys that if you're watching this, you know you was there. Say a shout out, but I'll never forget going in there. I was like one of the smallest heavyweights in there. I thought, damn, I might get knocked out today. But I was watching Tyson all the way there. And I said, I'm coming to brought down something. I was just tension. There's just tension. I was like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. So as soon as I got in there, I had a plan in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna make him miss with the first punch, and then I'm gonna destroy him. So we walked straight up to him with the first ball. And so slip. He slipped it through the shot. I slipped the jab. Then he went, yeah, let's go. Started going ham, man.
Yeah, that was sick. I like that. I like that video. I think everyone on their debut has a boxer in mind who they're going to impersonate. I remember mine was Prince Nassim.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I
heard
came
stories
in.
about you, you know. I heard you a slick boxer.
I came in. The brother came in. I started doing all that show, you know, when he used to have the tassel shorts, back in the days.
Yeah,
that was funny.
No
I
way.
wiped him out in like 60 seconds. Craig was there. Craig Richards, my cousins, Charlene, Jodie, you know, they're mental anyway. They were screaming from time. My auntie Claire, my uncle Glenn, my other cousin Christian. Yeah, it was mad. That was funny.
So was that the guy you styled off then? Prince Nassim, would you say?
In the beginning, yeah.
Oh, okay, then
but
then
changed.
as
Time got older, I've evolved a bit and got my own
Same,
thing.
yeah, that's true. You do move on from different fighters. You start with one fight and move on. You change it.
Yeah, because then you start getting caught and realize, okay, I can't really pull off all them moves. So how many fights did you have then in total?
About 4 fights as amateur and a couple white collar fights. About 3 or 4 white collar fights as well. Yeah, so I didn't have a long boxing career, to be honest with you. I settled down I met a girl and settled down, and then just went away from boxing. And everyone will tell you, you know, I had all the talent to go far. I always say I should have really took it serious, but I'll be honest with you, I just didn't see the vision at the time, you know, and I live with that regret regularly, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of fighters who live with that regret, you know, whether they've got a, because obviously at first when you turn pro, boxing doesn't really pay as much unless you've got the big Olympic World Games behind you. So they either go to work, especially the traveling community, they'll have a great junior career usually. Come seniors, they start going work, or you meet a woman, you know, as they say, women weaken legs, you get distracted, or they get distracted by friends, they start going out partying. So yeah, there's so many, even there's a lot of fighters, they live with that regret, where, you know, you shoulda, you coulda, you woulda, and it's just one of those things. But so what made you feel to transition and get into like coaching then?
Well, at the time, like I said, I got to a point where I've been amateur boxing for about 3 years, and I felt like I got bored of it, you know, and I kind of stagnated a little bit with my training. I think I'd gone as far as I could in the gym I was at. You know, the gym that I was at was more predominantly fitness-based gym, which was counties. Wasn't box at the time. It wasn't really boxing orientated. It wasn't taking people to fights and stuff like that. Not many people would bout from there. It was just like average Joes that would go there to get fit.
So was anyone like carded there?
Yeah, I was carded, and I think Ashley Hill was carded as well.
Okay.
But we was the only fighters for the gym, really, and we didn't bout much, you know. So, I just, it's not the gym's fault at all. It's just I kind of just lost a bit of interest in it, and I just started picking up the pads and coaching the juniors before I'd do the seniors. So then I would just do pads with the juniors, and the parents used to really embrace it and like it, and say to me, "Oh, you're really good." And I'd think of little drills and stuff for the junior, and they would like it. And I thought, oh, I had a talent for coaching. Definitely, like coaching made sense to me. You know, everything that I did in coaching just clicked, and wasn't really hard. It just came up with great ideas, new things, and I enjoyed it. Slowed down from that, and I literally just left boxing for about 2 years. Just went to work, basically.
Yeah.
9 to 5, settled down with someone, and you know, you could either go out, to the gym and train, or you can sit at home, watch a movie, eat pizza, make
Yeah.
love. You know what I mean?
I've been there, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been there.
And I think the pizza. That's what I
I've
did
been
really.
there. I've been
I
there.
did do the training, but
I've-
so I took a couple years out of coaching, and then I came back into it at a later date. You know, just I think 2016 I started again, and just I wasn't really doing anything at the time. Was going to the gym, and a couple of people was hitting the bag. I was like, just thought, oh, let me just take them on the pads. Did it on the pads, instantly clicked. Boom, boom, boom. Started working with Mikey Saki, and did a couple pad videos with him, put them on Instagram. And from then, the ball just started spiraling, and Mikey was signed to Peter Sims.
Okay, yeah.
So then Mikey said to Peter, I got a guy that can do pads. Can I bring him down? And I came down and I did Ben Hall on the pads. And then Peter was like, yeah, come work with me. That's it.
Yeah.
That was my birth into pro boxing, really.
So who would you say, did you learn pads off of anyone in particular, or did you sort of just like figure it out sort of for yourself?
Figured it out myself. I'll be honest with you, no one ever showed me how to do pads. I think pads is one of those things you kind of got to do it on your own. I've tried to teach people how to do pads. It's not really easy to teach people. It's easy to teach you how to box. I can't teach people how to do pads. It's weird. It's actually weird. Like a lot of coaches said, "Oh, you want to come on board?" And it's like, even if you, I have like not intentionally coached people, but intentionally trying to coach someone out. Yeah, hold your hand like this, and it's more of a feeling. You know what I mean? And throughout the years, 2016, since 2016,
6 years.
6 years. I've done pads. I'd say if there was 365 days in a year, I've definitely done pads 300 days of those year in 6 years. So I've put the work in, and it's just gotten better. And the level of fighters I've worked with has helped me to improve and get better and better. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I've seen the level of fighters. You know, I've seen pics and stuff with and vids of you with Conor Ben, um, Anthony Joshua. I see you did a camp. I think you was taking some of his sparring partners. Like,
yeah.
Gerald
I didn't actually do any pads with Joshua. I'll be honest with you. He's got too many coaches there for me to do pads with AJ.
Yeah, I see about
There
30 man.
There's about 3 coaches out there at the time. That was the Pulev camp, and that was just after I parted ways with Matchroom. And one of his team, who I'm a good friend with, said to me, you know, if you're not doing nothing, do you want to come on board and just work with the sparring partners? So I did pads with Brian Jennings, Gerald Washington, Peter Kadiru, Jose Stewart, and just a few other fighters. Yeah, I did pads with Jose Stewart.
Okay, you fought yesterday?
Yeah, he fought yesterday.
Yeah.
On the Wasserman show, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wasserman show, Sky Sports Boxer show. Wasserman
Boxer show. Yeah.
So I did pads with all of them lot up there, and yeah, done pads with Conor Ben, Joe Cordina, all them Backstrom boys, Ted Cheeseman, Felix Cash. That was sort of everyday. Spider Richards, of course. He's probably the one fighter I've done the most pads with throughout my whole boxing career. And probably, you know, me and Spider spent hours locked in that gym. And I've still got the footage on my phone, you wouldn't believe it, of us just doing combinations, going to this gym, that gym, just combos, bah, 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 bah. And he's probably the one that brought me on to be a better pad man, you know, working with Spider from, I think 2017, like every day, just working hard, you know, and there's been quite a few names I've worked with.
Yeah.
And obviously, when I did move to Matchroom, that sort of helped me to get a bit better at what I was doing, you know.
Yeah, because when you're in a base, you know, you're in an environment, and you're around, you know, quality fighters and that. But yeah, big up Craig Richards.
Every time.
You brought Donnall on the footage. Hopefully you can show me.
Yeah, I'll show you some footage, man. Some old school stuff from 2017, 2018, man. Some time ago. When Spider was super middleweight.
Oh yeah, he's looking like he was on. Looked like
skinny.
He looked like he was on hard food. And not the green banana one.
Yeah.
It was on something else. But yeah. But it's all good. So what fighters have you got under your stable now then?
At the moment, I've got a few amateurs that I'm helping out here and there, but my main fighter is Adam Mohammed. You know, he's good youngster, 7-time national champion, as an amateur. Um, I then sort of came along at the tail end of my time at Matchroom, just before lockdown and COVID, and he just won bronze in the Youth Europeans
Okay.
and done really well out there. And he'd come home, but he was a bit disappointed for getting the loss.
Mm.
And then he won the Haringey Box Cup, won a gold. A few people were highlighting him to me. Shiloh de Freitas, he's a good boxer. He's boxing for MTK
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I know, yeah, I know.
Shiloh sort of put the through ball through for me and him to link up, and I saw him, and Adam was Adam came down the Matchroom, and I did a few pads with him, and then he's like, we clicked instantly. You know, I saw a lot of hunger and determination in the kid. But first things first, I could see that he needed a lot of work in terms of sitting on his shots and being more sort of putting his body behind his punches and things like that. And, you know, from then we've been together. That was 2018. We started working, me and Adam.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then, so since then he's been with me, and he's my main fighter at the moment.
So was it so after he medaled at the Youth Europeans,
Mhm.
did he have on his mind that he wanted to turn pro then, or was it?
Well, he might have. I told him not to. I
Yeah,
said to him, go stay amateur, go on GB, go win what you need to do, go win some, go to the Olympics, man. Just
yeah,
it's gonna help you better. You can at your weight, 57 kilos. I reckon you could be podium and you could smash it. And I knew he would have, to be honest with you. He's that talented, and his style of boxing is suited for amateur boxing. He would have gone all the way.
mm,
But he just said he's done. He's been boxing as an amateur since he was 7 years old.
mm.
So he says, D, I'm done with amateur boxing now. I
How old
wanna
is he
go
now?
pro." He's 20.
Okay, yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, so he's 20 years old now. And he just said, D, I'm done. I can't bother with it anymore. And I said, all right, fair enough. What do you want to do then? He's like, I want to turn pro. I was like, you know, if you turn pro now, you're gonna have an uphill journey, because the promoters will be interested in you, but they'd be more interested in you if you went and boxed on GB and got the titles and the medals and won international competitions, Commonwealths, and all these things. Promoters will throw big checks at you. Right now, you're gonna have to prove yourself. And he goes, I don't care. I'll do it. Like, cool. And from when he said that, I wasn't gonna say, I couldn't change his mind.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he was determined. So from then we just rocked out, and we got the deal. We got him signed to Frank Warren. He signed up with Warren Management, and now we're boxing for Frank Warren.
Queensbury
Queensbury
promotion.
boxing, Queensbury promotion.
Yeah, man. So then I see that also you're now a manager. You're British Boxing Board of Control license manager.
License manager, yeah, man. I'm doing it all now.
so how did you get into that? Because normally you have to be a coach for 3 years.
3 years, yeah,
at
yeah.
least.
But I have been a coach, a legitimate coach, since 2016. So
6 years. Yeah.
So 6 years. I've had my license for a long time now. I've been doing corners since then. The small hall shows, Mo Prior shows, man. Calgary shows. I remember Brentwood Centres, Civic Halls. Like, that was working with Ryan Walker, Ben Hall, all these guys back in. Yeah, that's when I started, you know.
Yeah.
And then odd times we were doing Wembley Arena when Eddie was fresh out. Like, remember the first Matchroom shows?
Yeah.
Them early doors with O'Hara, when O'Hara fought Scarpa on the undercard backstage at that.
Okay. When he first started doing proper shows, because before it was that kind of prize fighter thing, innit?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like
Then he started doing a big show when he signed Joshua and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because even funny enough, Joshua boxed at York Hall, a normal bout. But it was on a prize fighter show. I was there. And I think it was on a prize fighter show, and he boxed like as an in-between, but I think it's, you know, when between the semis and the finals. To give them a break, in it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Heavyweight champion of the world. But this is a show. We'll start from somewhere.
What do they call it? A floater.
A float.
A float back.
Imagine having AJ as a float.
Big AJ, you know, Olympic gold medalist. So it just shows you guys, you got to pay your dues. Even AJ had to pay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So there you go.
That's right, man.
Yeah, and I remember Eddie's first show, which was the Audley David Hay one in Manchester.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that Eddie's
that was
first
his
show?
First one he did himself, because obviously before that it was his dad, innit?
I remember that show. And David Hay stopped him in the third round, didn't he?
Yeah, I was
And he
there.
told, and afterwards he was like, "Oh, I told everybody put your money on me knocking him out in the third round." And
Yeah.
I think David Hay didn't even throw a punch into the third round.
Yeah, I know. So Eddie got ripped for it.
That
But
was
yeah,
crazy.
that was mad. That was mad.
Some shoddy gambling going on there, you know.
So then, what made you think, okay, I want to go and get the managers as well as the coaches?
Elevation, strictly elevation. Became sort of with all the time and effort I've put into boxing, I wanted to have so many different avenues, and obviously coaching fighters, you want to manage them as well.
Hmm.
I mean, I want to be able to manage the fighters I train, you know, and obviously being under Peter Sims and Tony Sims, I watch them, and they're both managers, so
Yeah.
they would always manage and train the fighters, and they wouldn't train fighters they wouldn't manage
Hmm.
more often, you know. So just following in their footsteps, trying to emulate those that came before me. Just thought, right, I need to get my manager's license, and I went and did that. And the next step would be to open my own gym, you know, and then maybe one day a promotional company. Who knows? You know?
Yeah.
But there isn't really a limit to how far I want to take this. You know?
Yeah. There's a lot of coaches now who are now managing fighters. I think it gives them more security
And
when
control.
you've got more control. You know, you've got likes of Joe Gallagher, Tunde Ajayi, what's his name, Pat Barrett.
Pat Barrett, yeah.
There's a lot.
And obviously seeing Tunde as a manager, and I'll be the first to big up Tunde publicly as well, and say I rate what he done with Yard as a manager, and he was another person that inspired me to get my manager's license. You know, and Pat Barrett as well. You know, me and Pat got very close mutual friends that, you know, we're in communication through friends, and I've spoke to Pat a couple times on the phone, and he's another person that I look up to and think, oh, like he's doing it proper, you know, Black Flash Promotions and stuff like that. Pat's the guy, you know what I mean? He's doing his thing. So just those that came before me, like I said, just following the pathway and just trying to emulate what they do. And just not disrespect, but to just try and do it better, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's not disrespectful. And the thing is, the elders, you know, if they're really thorough, they'd want you to surpass them because
100%.
it's like anybody. If you've got a protege, or as for instance, you know, if you're a father, you'd want your son or your child to grow up to be more successful than you,
100%.
do better than you. Because otherwise, if they're doing worse than you, then you've kind of failed it. And then because
100%.
then you put your name as, okay, yeah, you know, he looked up to me, or he was under my tutelage. And then if this person done work, it's like, well, what did you really show him then?
Of course, yeah,
You know what I mean?
of course, it's true.
And only a hater would want you to do well, but not as good as them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which there is people like that in the game, but I can say that people like who you name, Tunde, Pat, you know, these
Sims
guys,
brothers,
these
yeah.
guys all want you to do better because they want the game to evolve
Yeah,
and
of
get
course,
get
of
better. Do you
course.
know what I mean? So they, you know what I mean. So big shout out to them guys. Shout out to, you know, all the coaches and managers and stuff. Peter
100%.
Sims, Tony Sims.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So what year did you get your manager's license then?
I got my manager's license about 2 years ago, I want to say. Maybe a year ago. 2.5 years. A year and a half to 2 years ago. I can't exactly remember. I just remember the interview process was long. It weren't easy. Them on the board was I don't want to go into too much information, but yeah, it weren't easy. It weren't easy at all. So, but I got there in the end. I was just like so happy, and actually, I think it was about a year ago. It was a year ago. Yes, it was a year ago.
Also during lockdown.
I'm lying. It wasn't even a year ago. So my memory's bad. You know, side effects to boxing.
MRI.
Brain scan. No, it was actually about 9 months ago. Now I think about it because I remember the actual date when I got my license. But I started the interview process about over a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but I finally got my license about 9-10 months ago.
Okay, but the journey started over a year ago. That's so you can say
you
about
can
a
say
year
about
ago.
a year
The
ago,
journey.
yeah.
So yeah, no, congratulations on that, man. That's
Thank you. Thank you very much, man.
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
happy to have it, you know, and I'm hoping to be, you know, a standout manager in the future going forward. You know.
Yeah. So obviously you had your time at Matchroom Gym and that. I see now you're down at Iron
Boxing.
Iron
It's my
Boxing.
stable. Yeah, it's my stable. You know, it's been a great great. When did I leave Matchroom? I think I left Matchroom in 2019. So a good 3 years now, 2.5 years. Um, and eventually from being there for 6 years, 3 years under Peter, 3 years under Tony. Well, I'd say 4 years, sorry. 2 years under Peter, 2 years under Tony. I kind of had to be my own man eventually, you know what I mean? And start my own thing eventually. And I've started it now and not looking back, just keeping going forward now.
Yes. So how's that been going though, Dan?
Tough, it's easy to hide behind a man,
Yeah.
I just turn up every day, and when I was with Peter and Tony, I just could turn up. I didn't have to really worry about all these bills, rent, and all these different things. I just turn up. All right, D, can you pad him, pad Ricky Burns, pad Spider, pad whoever? Just go in and pad.
Yeah.
Laugh with the boys, joke with the boys, talk about fights, talk about boxing, talk about life, go home. Now, gotta be first there, gotta turn up, heating on, lights on, make sure everything's set up. What's the plan? Organize sparring, organize everything. I'm the man in charge now. So
Admin,
yeah, of course, exactly. All them different things. So with me running my own gym now, it's a lot more responsibility, but I'm very much happy to do it that way. I feel like it's my time to step up and be my own man, and I've done that so far, and it is merely the start of this journey. It's just the start. There's more and better things to come. So, it's definitely enjoyed the transition, 100%.
So have you surprised yourself in how far you've come, and was this always the vision of you to sort of have your own stable, have your own?
Yeah, 100%. It was always the vision. I wouldn't say I surprised myself. I've always quietly had high expectations of myself.
Yeah.
Never, ever. I've never been the person to partake in anything and try just to be mediocre. I must be the best. Anything I do, wherever I put my hands to, I have to be the best at it. And I don't stop. I'm very competitive as a person. I can't not. That's who I am, So even though I am in the Matchroom gym or wherever I'm at, quietly in my head, I'm planning on how I'm going to be the best at what I do, and where I'm at right now is not where I'd like to be, funny enough. I see a lot of coaches start after me and surpass me, and I've done a lot more than them, but they've surpassed me through getting lucky or I won't say lucky, but opportunities have fell onto their lap. And I haven't had such opportunities as them, or maybe whatever, but everybody's pathway is different. I do see myself being a lot further on than where I am in the future. But right now, the focus is just to keep working.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to, when they say keep your head down and you'll be rich before you can look up.
Yeah.
I'm not even ready to look up yet to even see where I'm at. I'm just focused, grinding, and we'll see where we are, when the time comes, to look up and see where I'm at. But yeah.
No, but it's very good what you're doing, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And there's a lot of young guys coming into coaching now, training. It's a lot of what's your thoughts also on like the new sort of S&C type coaches and these other type of trainers who are coming around boxing now?
I'm all for it, as long as it benefits the fighter. I've got a great S&C coach that I use called Chris Rowlett, who there was a good coach down Matchroom called Dan, who all the boys use. Spider uses Dan 365 Perform 365. He's really good, and when I saw Chris, I thought Chris reminds me of him. Chris is very much at the early stage. Dan's sort of a lot more advanced in his career than Chris is, but Chris still shows that he can be where Dan is in a few years' time. And I believed in Chris. Also, I've known Chris from when I was young, and I'm very much for these new strength and conditioning coaches as long as you see a benefit to the fighter. You want to see the fighters become more strong, and I think it's good. It's good. It brings more attention to the sport. Anything for the exposure of boxing, I'm for.
Yeah.
So I'm for it. Yeah.
So as a coach, what is some of the key things that you look for in a fighter if they approach you for you to train them full time, for you to want to take them on?
My DMs are full of fighters asking me, and I get asked weekly, and I definitely no disrespect to anyone watching, I say no weekly. I don't. There's a lot of good fighters I've probably said no to, because I think an environment where the fighter is comfortable is important, which is Adan is my main focus. So as long as the fighter's coming in, I feel I'm going to be able to push him and not pull him back. Sometimes energy is important. I look for, their accolades. What have they achieved? You come to me and say, I'm going to be the best thing since sliced bread. Coach, put your trust in me. Believe me, I'm going to make it. This is what a lot of them say.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, go win a national title and come back. Goes, yeah, I'll win a national title if you train me. He goes, no, you won't. I said, go win a national title and come back. And then I know you've got the will to win. You know what I'm saying? You've tasted victory. At the end of the day, if you lose, no one wants to hear your excuses. Go win. If you're a winner, I believe in you. You know what I mean? Hard worker as well. Two very key important things: accolades and hard working.
Yeah.
Because the training that I do in my gym, it's not easy. It's very, very hard. And to be able to survive in my gym, I need people that are hard working. So those are the two main things I look for. So sort of someone with some kind of credentials to their name that's won something or done something. Also someone that's sort of hard working.
Yeah. There you go. There's a disclaimer, guys. Fighters out there, young. Those, if you haven't got the credentials, some accolades, and you haven't got the right mentality, you need not apply.
That's right.
No
disrespect.
No disrespect. So, as they say, respectfully. So, yeah. So I see you've also got some outside ventures. You've got property management.
Yeah, property management company.
How's that going? And how did you get into that?
Me and my friend, we started this company this year actually, just managing properties, renting them out, and things like that. It's been an interesting journey, but we're on the pathway to branching out further. There's a lot of fighters that make a lot of money, and our property management company is gonna be, by the end of this year, we hope to be able to be approaching fighters, say, give us your purse, we're gonna turn it around for you. We're gonna invest in this property for you. We're gonna make where we can run it for you. We can do whatever, because a lot of fighters are getting money and getting paid 10, 15, 20, 30 grand and not doing nothing with it, but buying Valentinos and stuff like that.
Bottles.
Yeah. Hopefully not bottles, but yeah.
Come on, we know they're buying bottles.
Yeah. We know they're turning up. But it's a good thing to have like a fighter just say, all right, cool. Here, they give the company some money, and we turn that around and flip it for them. You can either flip it in a quick sale for them, or we can purchase the property and rent it out for them. And not just football, not just boxers, footballers also.
Okay, so you got football clients as well.
Well, at the moment, that's what I'm saying. That is the long-term goal.
Yeah,
to be having people. We're doing it ourselves first to figure it out. So far, it's going good. Once we can prove and have a portfolio and show we've done this, next step is it.
No, that's big. I didn't even know that was. I thought that was just something completely. But it's good that you're going to incorporate it to help fighters. You know what? Because funny enough, I was going to ask you a question about: do you think? Because I know you've seen the board a few times, obviously with coaching, managing.
Yeah.
Do you think that there should be a course? Because they give you a booklet, that fight booklet thing. Mm-hmm. Do you think there should be a course for fighters on sort of how to
spend their money,
how to also know, sort of a course to learn about deals and stuff? Because a lot of fighters have horror stories, past and present, and I imagine in the future, about being done over by promoters, managers, or just mishandling their money, friends who they've brought on board, who so-called entrepreneurs, and it just all goes wrong for them.
I think what needs to be done is more transparency about purses, because nobody knows getting into unless you talk to fighters, and fighters don't like disclosing how much they make. Yeah. So if there's more transparency about how much a fighter makes at a lower level, people will understand that there's not a lot of money in boxing. And I think teaching fighters how to manage that money is great, but also I think it's good that people know what fighters are making. That way, when you come into the game, you've not got a high expectation, or you kind of No, you can even get screwed over sometimes. You can go to a manager or a promoter, and this can happen where they'll say, "Oh yeah, we're going to give you this," and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it," but you don't really know you're being undervalued.
Yeah, there's a lot of ex pros who've said that they've had they took a fight on such and such deal,
Mm,
and they've told me 20 years later
yeah,
they're having a drink with this manager or coach guy,
yeah,
their old trainer or their old manager or something, just at a random dinner show, whatever. They're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, do you remember that fight? And that was a good touch. That one that we made such and such money." And they were like, "Hold on a minute,
yeah,
that's not what you told me the money was worth." Because back then it weren't even social media, so it's literally
yeah,
just
yeah.
voices, just
Yeah,
word of mouth.
yeah, trust me. And you heard, remember when Barry Hearn was like, it was different. We was the slave owners,
Slave
slave
traders.
traders.
Oh my.
That's how boxing was. I can't lie. It's not even a racial thing. Black, white. If you
No,
was
no,
white,
no.
you was definitely a slave. To those contracts for boxers back in the day were that way. We own you. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, Mike Tyson. Do you remember when he said when he was with Bill Clayton?
Yeah, yeah,
them
yeah. The
the
first
first two guys.
promoters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
them
yeah,
two guys he was with first. When he
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they were just like slave traders, and then then I got with Don King, and he's just a piece of shit, and he'll rob his own mother, and he
Nah,
just did.
bro,
So he was
and
just like,
yeah,
so it's not even black white because as he said, Don King was killing him, and we know Don King has done a lot of man over.
yeah, yeah, no. And the thing is, boxing is just such a when it comes to money, it's such a horrible thing because nobody knows. Everything's kept behind closed doors. Floyd sort of exposed it, and everybody, the one man to talk about how much money he made was Floyd, but people would assume that's what fighters are making. People assume everyone's making AJ money, Tyson Fury money, and
Canelo
no,
money.
Canelo. Come on, bro.
Right.
Like that's three people of hundreds. You know what I mean? It's no one ain't making that. People are making very small amounts, in boxing. And I think there needs to be more transparency and definitely more educating of fighters before they turn pro what they actually can make.
Yeah.
Especially for small hall promoters, you gotta sell 70 tickets before you even make a profit.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of the small promoters, Left Jab, Miranda Carter, Mickey Elliott,
Mm.
Greaves, they say you got to sell like 100 tickets to get on the show. Otherwise, you can't get on the show. I know fighters who've boxed for free. I know fighters who end up having to pay the promoter, so they've
So they
not
can
got no
fight,
wages and had
man.
to pay to cover the other 30. For instance, for
Mm.
say they have sold 70
Yeah,
or they've sold 50, then they've
yeah,
got to pay for the rest to make
100%.
it show. Because they'll go, all right, I'll just cough up the rest, and that way I can get some
Get out.
experience.
Exactly, yeah,
So
exactly. It's tough. It's tough, man. And the sport itself is ruthless enough. I mean, Tyson said it is. I've been robbed of all my money. Can I used to get a blowjob?
well, look.
You know what I mean? You get punched in the head for a living and you get robbed of your money. I mean, this has got to be the worst sport in the world. Surely, like, what are we doing here? You know, what I mean,
Maybe
but
that's why he said to that woman, "I don't usually talk to women unless
yeah, yeah, you know
you
what I
know."
mean? So you should keep quiet unless you want
Keep quiet. You wanna-
to.
You know. Ah, he's a madman.
It's a sport that would, and I remember when I first came in the game, I came to the gym and I was telling Peter Sims, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna quit my job and I wanna do this full time. And he looked at me he was like, you ain't gonna make no money in this. And he was right. And I'll be honest with you, even at my level now, I'll be very transparent so people know. There's not a lot of money in boxing, and only when you there is a lot of money when you get very fortunate and successful. And
Mm-hmm.
some people have been a lot more fortunate than others. Ben Davison signed um, Tyson Fury. I think his first fight was like Barney Jones or something like that. And he got Tyson Fury. Now he's got a whole stable, Josh Taylor and all these guys. Not to say he's lucky, he's worked his way to get there. You know what I'm saying? But
sometimes you do need a touch.
You need a touch, and he got a touch, and he used that touch for his benefit, and now he's the man. So
Yeah.
obviously, and I'm sure he's doing well financially.
Yeah, and
That's what I'm saying.
guys like Sam Jones as well, the management.
Sam Jones and other coaches. Uh, there's a lot of other coaches, the young coaches that have got done well and been able to make a lot of money. You know, but it comes with maybe getting a bit of a touch, as well as, you know, being well enough and networking and marketing yourself well enough that people will say, I like him. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah, or
So,
or you could, you could have a touch, but also graft like Dominic Ingle. But I imagine his dad Brendan
mm,
would have been going through the proper grits, but now his son gets to bear the fruits of the
of
labor of
course.
the Winkerbank gym. So, and we know
Mm,
Dominic's been in there since he was a kid,
yeah, of
so he
course.
has grafted, but also he has inherited
Mm,
where fighters can just flow to him because of
yeah,
the name his dad's made.
the Ingle
So
name, yeah, of
yeah,
course.
so yeah,
You know, so and it's very difficult because even myself, I mean, the fighters I've worked with, if you put them in front of the camera and ask them, what do you think of D? I'm sure no one will really say anything bad about me.
mm,
But at the same time, you know, how do I now market myself to pull a GB fighter or an Olympian or someone that just won, when there's Shane McGuigan, Ben Davison, and all these other trainers out there that have got bigger names than me. And in my head, I'm up there with them. And I
yeah,
won't hide away from the fact that I believe I'm just as good a coach as these guys. And if you speak to the fighters that I work with, they'll tell you I'm a good coach. But I don't have that marketability as they do to pull those guys to me straight away. So
yeah,
it is really about, my journey might be prove it, show and prove. You know, I take Adam Mohammed to a world title. And then, you know, because there is a lot of good trainers that are not known and not spoken about. Pat Barrett's one of them, is getting his accolades now. He's been a coach for years, you
yeah.
know. And Grant Smith, who's still City Gym trainer, who's Dalton Smith's dad,
Okay, yeah,
Sonny Edwards trainer, won Charlie Edwards world title. You know, who talks about him? You know, he's
yeah,
a brilliant trainer, you know. And it's like the main guys get spoken about, and you got to compete with those. So anybody that's won an Olympic title, I might send them a DM or a message. They'll look at it and be like, "Listen, you're last in the queue, mate. There's a lot of people ahead of you," and that's how it is. So when you're coming up, you kind of just got to maybe get lucky, get a fighter that you can take from zero to hero and turn into something great, and you two click, and then maybe that's your way in. You know, so
yeah. Well, there's a lot of gyms, as we know. If we use the American model, for instance, before everyone used to go to the Gleason's gym. No one goes there in New York no more. Then we know the Wild Card gym, Freddie Roach's gym, was flavor of the month
yeah,
when
Pacquiao was
Pacquiao,
there.
Khan, everyone was going there. No one talks about it really anymore. Floyd Mayweather's gym, the TMT gym, everyone wanted to
Yeah,
fly down there.
I remember, man.
I mean, people ain't really, that gym ain't popping no more. So
Yeah.
everyone has their time. Now we've got Derek James. He's got
Mm-hmm.
Spence and
Charlo.
Charlo.
Yeah.
There's Javante Davis's gym in Baltimore. So yeah, everyone has their time. As you said, once you show some proof of a
Mm-hmm.
product,
Yeah, of
then
course.
everyone's just gonna go, oh wow, I need some of that.
And it's like designer. Everything has its time. You know, it's like designer clothes. You know, everything has its time when it's in the limelight, and then it goes. You know,
Mm.
it's just part of the game. So when it's your turn, just make sure you milk it as much as you can. You know, so I remember all these Joe's gyms that you mentioned, and when they were flavor of the month, man, everybody, you couldn't get in those gyms, man.
Never.
No way you can get in them gyms. So, and with me, the one thing I take from being in the game is that I'm 34 years old, and I know I've got a good 30 years left in me in this game.
Mm.
So I've got, my heyday is yet to come, you know, and I'm still, when those that are here now, their time pass, I'll be right in there.
Yeah,
Ready to
you're
take,
for a coach, you're nowhere near your prime.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm
You
still
got
learning.
you got to have a full grey beard.
100%.
That's when the coaches start making real money.
Trust me,
Look at Costamato.
Yeah,
I don't see no young photo of him coaching
trust me.
nobody.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true, man. It actually is true. You know, and
You've already got Floyd Patterson. He was old.
I know it's true. I mean, even Tunde's been in the game for 20 odd years. You know,
Yeah, but
and Pat
the thing
Barry
is,
as
do you know what
well.
it is? It's because also Tunde looks a lot younger than he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've known Tunde for 18 years. I met him when I was 17, and I
Wow,
thought he was like probably only like 2-3 years older than me.
really?
But he's like,
He looks after himself.
yeah, he looks
Tunde.
after himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
lucky
yeah.
man. He's blessed, isn't it? Your black don't crack.
Yeah. But he works magic as well.
Yeah.
The powers. It's the powers.
Oh, I
to look young.
suspected that, you know. I want to say that.
Nah, it's good. Nah, big up
Yeah.
Tunde every time, man.
Each time.
Yeah. So, what's your future plans and goals? Anything coming up soon?
Well, we've got. I am definitely in the process of making another signing to the stable, and potentially another two. Can't speak on it, but we'll maybe have 4 fighters, and all 4 of them will be on TV. So the lanes are opening up. You know what I'm saying, and people are waking up and taking notice. The next fighter that I'm hoping to sign, God willing, is going to be a big name, and I believe in this person. So I'm hoping to, if I can have these 4 fighters on my books, it'll be a good start for Iron Boxing. For 2022, 2023. And I am predicting massive things for Adam Mohammed in the future. Oh man, the kid is super talented, and I really, really, really believe he's going to be a world champion, 1,000,000%.
He's got a date this month, right? On
the 29th of April.
29th of April. Okay, yeah, I'll be looking forward to.
Yeah.
And also, even though my partner Lex is not here, because I see the last fight he was in the corner.
Yeah, because Lex got his Well, I've known Lex for years, man. Lex used to work alongside Spider, and obviously me and Spider going way back. Lex told me I got my cut license. I said, "Yeah, okay, come through. I'm gonna put you on board and put you on the team. And he was like, "Thank you for." I said, "Come on, bro. Like, I'm very much the type of person that if I can kick a door down, I'm not gonna shut it behind me. I'm gonna leave it open for people I know that come from where I come from to eat and to make a name for themselves."
Yeah.
And anybody that's in my stable, Lex will always be the cut guy forever. You know what I'm saying? Because he's someone that's come from where I come from, and if people didn't give me the leg up, like Spider embraced me and put me in the game.
Yeah.
Through Spider doing that, now I can put Lex in the game. And hopefully Lex can put someone else in the game when he gets through, when he gets up there where he should be.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's about. I think anytime that we excel, and we have to always bring our people through, man. Make sure people around, and good people, because Lex is a good person. He's always shown me love, always been honourable man. And when I was happy to sit, bruv, I said, "Yeah, come straight away." And no disrespect to Bobby Warren, who was actually our cut man. Frank Warren's brother was our cut man.
Oh, was he? Oh.
Yeah, and I said that it wasn't disrespectful to him or anything like that, but I just said, this is who I want in the corner. You know what I mean? So put Lex there. And I think he's going to be a good cut man going forward, and I hope the world knows about Lex.
Yep, they're going to get to know.
They will. So,
yeah, man.
So, yeah, man. Big up Lex.
Yeah.
Sorry, he couldn't be here.
Yeah. The what's it? Half marathon? What's it?
Half marathon today. Yeah.
Finished him, like he couldn't get through.
No,
yeah, it was too mad. So yeah, but he'll be back for the next one. And when we get you back, Lex will be here, and then we can do this
wicked,
again.
Man, 100%.
Especially when you said you've got some more news coming, so there'll be a part 2 to this.
100%. When the part 2 comes out, and I'm sure you guys would you guys can get the exclusive as soon as it comes.
Oh, okay.
I got you. We'll do the interview, and as soon as it happens, and it's definitely you know them.
Okay. So you see, with the name Iron Boxing, is that inspired by Mr. Iron Mike?
It actually was, to be honest with you. The original Iron Boxing logo was Mike Tyson posing like that. Tyson's been one of my favorite fighters from. He isn't my favorite fighter, but he's one of my favorite fighters from when I was young. And I started Iron Boxing in 2016 with my friend called Joe, and we based it around Tyson. Yeah, the mindset that iron sharpens iron.
I like that. I like that.
Exactly. So that was my profile. Like, we all learned together, and that was it. It made sense to rock with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if there was any fighter from the past that you could work with,
Roy Jones Jr.
Oh wow!
And you go, listen, that's my favorite fighter. That is the man, and he's definitely the one fighter that I idolize.
Yeah,
like I used to box like Roy. Or a heavyweight, it don't make no sense.
Oh, now it makes sense. I see a video a couple months ago. You sparring one of your boys.
Yeah.
And I seen the foot shot. I was like, right, big man could move you. I was like, oh, okay. But now you're saying right. That makes perfect sense.
100%. Roy Jones Jr. was my favorite fight every time before training. I'd watch it. I'll be walking to training and watching Roy Jones highlights.
Okay.
And I'd get in the ring and just be like, Roy, pop. Everything just like Roy, man. So if there's any fight I could work with and coach, Roy Jones would be the guy, man. 100%.
Roy Jones.
Yeah,
that's
Roy
big.
Jones.
That's big.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're into the penultimate round.
Okay, cool.
This right here is like a series of questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you two things. You say, if I go Balenciaga or Versace, then you just pick one. You know
okay,
what I mean?
cool. No problem.
So, okay, start. Red corner or blue corner?
Blue corner.
Left hook or straight right?
Straight right.
Nike boots or Adidas boots?
Nike boots.
All right, so as your coach, we'll go with some pads. Ringside or title?
Ringside.
Everlast or Cleto Rays?
Everlast.
York Hall or O2 Arena?
O2 Arena.
Tupac or Biggie?
Ooh. Biggie.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Oh, man. Oh. Lately Jay-Z, but before Nas, definitely. Yeah. So right now, Jay-Z.
All right. Ali or Roy Jones?
Roy Jones. Sorry.
All right. Ali or Tyson?
Tyson. Sorry, big man.
BMW or Mercedes?
BMW.
Audi or Lexus?
Lexus. Don't like Audis.
No?
Hate them.
Rolls Royce or Bentley?
Bentley.
Dark skin or light skin?
Dark skin.
Rice and peas or jollof?
Rice and peas. Yard, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Garage or house?
Ooh. House.
R&B or slow jams?
Slow jam. Sweet boy.
Dance hall or Afro beats?
Afrobeats. I used to be a dancehall man, but now Afrobeats definitely.
Where's your parents from?
Jamaica.
All right, cool.
I'm a traitor.
No, I'm taking All right. Curry goat or oxtail?
Oxtail. Nah, Spider's definite favorite. I know Spider loves oxtail as well.
Yeah, I think that's our family favorite.
Yeah.
Well, mine, that and cowfoot.
Cowfoot. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
All right. Matchroom or Queensbury?
No comment. Queensbury. I work with Queensbury.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matchroom.
MTK Global or Black Box Global?
Who's Black Box again?
Dean.
Oh, Dean. Black Box. 100%.
Top Rank or PBC?
PBC.
Boxer or Golden Boy Promotions?
Boxer.
Hennessy Sports or Pro Bellum?
No comment. I can't answer that one.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Hennessy or Courvoisier?
Courvoisier. I don't drink anymore, but when I was, it was
Hip hop or R&B?
Hip hop.
All right. You're past the penultimate championship rounds.
Lovely.
Cool.
Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's been great having you on.
Thank you.
You know what
Thank
I mean?
you for having me, man.
You've actually given some good knowledge and insight into the boxing. Hopefully, people in the boxing game, whether you're a hardcore, a casual, a fighter, what advice would you give also to a young person? Because I've had a few people inboxing me saying that they wanted, I don't know why, but they said they want to get into coaching and sort of asking me what sort of steps they can take. And, what advice would you give to someone aspiring to be a coach, trainer?
coach your brother, coach your sister, coach your friend, coach your pal. I coach my friends. You know, me and my friend, we used to do pads in the park, you know, till it got dark. You know, we didn't have a gym to use. I was really dedicated to getting good as a coach. And my pad work, I get rated for my pad work, but I put the work in to get good at the pads. You know, every day I was doing pads. So just pad, random person, try help them improve as a fighter. I taught a lot of my friends how to box. You know, just my people, randomly. Yo, bro, come down. You know, and just do them on the pads, and all my friends know how to fight now. I taught them. So start at home, and then build your way up. That's the way I did it. You know, so that's what I'd advise you. A lot of dads ask me this question as well. Where should I see? Coach your son. Coach him. Learn how to coach him. Take him on the pads. You get better. You know. That's my advice, really.
Yeah, and also you can as well as the pads, teach him exercise drills, get it into the head, how you can regiment and get into his head.
Yeah, and
Because
also
it's all about strategy as well.
100%.
And getting to know your the person you're taking on.
100%. I agree. Yeah, definitely. So just be active. You know.
Yeah.
Start small and then build yourself up. That's my advice.
There you have it. Thank you very much, Donnall, man.
Happy to be here, man. My guy. Bless, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Brilliant. Yeah, man, and we'll definitely get you back on.
100%. I look forward to it.
So there you have it, guys. It's another episode of The Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live with Donnall Smith. We're out. Bless. Nice. And remember, persistence beats resistance.